to the ADT Security NBC Sports Update. Here's your host, Alan Bestwick.
The Daytona International Speedway, full of color, adrenaline, and anticipation. Some 200,000 fans filing in, getting ready to witness the 48th running of the Daytona 500. And welcome to our ADT Sports Update. I'm Alan Bestwick. We'll start our countdown to the 500 in just a moment. First, a look at some other sports headlines of the weekend, beginning right here at the Speedway, where yesterday fans were treated to a wild and thrilling preliminary. A 300-miler for the Nascar Busch Series, capped by an incredible run to the finish. Tony Stewart survived a three-wide fight for the win, getting to the checkered flag first, but behind him, mayhem at the checkers, a multi-car crash featuring some incredibly heavy hits. Fortunately, all of the drivers okay in this accident, but not the way they wanted to finish their race here at Daytona. It was Tony Stewart scoring the Saturday Daytona race for a second straight year. Bernie Lamar, a 25-year-old Californian, finished second in his second ever big league NASCAR race. Some encouraging words for those of you gripped in the frigid weather in the northern part of the country. Spring can't be far away, because here in Florida and across in Arizona, spring training camps open this weekend for Major League Baseball teams. Among those here in Florida, the Boston Red Sox, whose pitchers and catchers are getting their first official workouts of the year in Fort Myers. Baseball's regular season opens in 42 days.
It is a cloudy, cool day on the east coast of Florida, but these fans don't care. They've come from all across the country to live out their dream, watch the Daytona 500 in person. Today, 43 drivers have a chance to live out their dream, win the Daytona 500. It is the most revered place in NASCAR and the most cherished race in NASCAR. 43 men, just 500 miles away from Victory Lane at Daytona. NBC Sports presents NASCAR. Today, it's the 48th running of the Daytona 500, live from Daytona Beach, Florida. Hello, everybody, our NBC Race family. Happy to welcome you to the Daytona 500, the first race and the biggest race of the NASCAR Nextel Cup season. This is the Bank of America Countdown to Green. I'm Bill Weber. As you might expect, this field is loaded with stars and stories. For 8 men, this is their first Daytona 500. There are 7 former series champions in the field and 6 former Daytona 500 winners, representing 13 Daytona 500 victories. Jeff Gordon is a 4-time series champion, and today he chases his 4th win in the 500 from a front row starting spot. Here's Marty Snider. And Bill, the defending winner of the 500, made an interesting decision yesterday, choosing not to take part in final practice. And is that a sign of confidence in your race car, Jeff?
Well, I think today's weather conditions prove why we did it. You know, we made a 25-lap run on Friday. We knew that it was going to be cooler today, and we just didn't want to get out there, put too many laps on it, and also try to work on our car handling in hot conditions like that. I think it was a good decision. Yeah, we feel good about things. We had a great day on Thursday. We had a great car on Friday, and you know, we just feel like we're not. It's not that we think we got, you know, the car to beat, but we certainly feel like we got one of them.
Are you going to go be introduced? Jeff trying to become just the 3rd man to win 4 Daytona 500s. Matt Yocom.
Well, pole sitter for the Daytona 500 has gone on to win the race 9 different times. That's good news for Jeff Burton. But will it take an aggressive type move that could easily get you hung out of the draft to go to victory lane?
I think late in the race, this race could get really wild. I think it'll be pretty calm to start with, but it's going to get wild. And you do whatever it takes to win a Daytona 500. We're going to put the Singular Chevrolet in the best position we can and try to win it.
They need to introduce you. Go onto the stage. He's already won 2 of NASCAR's 3 Crown Jewel events. The only thing missing, Dave, is a win in the Daytona 500. Dave Burns.
Just being introduced right now is Elliott Sadler. Got a free watch out of this deal. Pretty good, huh?
That's pretty good, man. We had a great race Thursday. We think the M&M's Full of Fusion is going to be pretty fast today. It's just great. All these fans here and all the pre-race that NASCAR does, it's a great day for us. And I'm excited, a little nervous, but I can't wait to get started.
Elliott Sadler celebrates start number 250 in his Nextel Cup career today. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. Jimmy Johnson races today without his crew chief, Chad Knaus. Knaus was ejected from the Speedway last week after Johnson's car failed post-qualifying inspection because of illegal adjustments made to the back of the car. NASCAR could hand out additional penalties next week. NBC Sports has learned that NASCAR is considering suspending Knaus for the first 4 races of the 2006 season. We'll talk with Jimmy later on in the Countdown to Green. Coming up next, Tony Stewart on the pressure of restrictor plate racing and how the stars of the sport race on this 2.5-mile tightrope at nearly 200 miles an hour. On his way to the 2005 Nextel Cup Championship, Tony Stewart raced to victories at two historic tracks, here at Daytona and the Brickyard at Indianapolis. One NASCAR victory Stewart is still seeking, the Daytona 500. But following last Sunday's Budweiser shootout, Tony didn't talk about his Daytona dreams. He spoke about his concerns.
Yeah, we're going to kill somebody, so, I mean, somebody else is going to die at Daytona or Talladega with what we're doing right here.
Restrictor plate racing at Daytona puts drivers together in packs inches apart, traveling at speeds near 190 miles an hour. One wrong move can trigger the big one, a multi-car crash that can mean the end of the race for several drivers. At Daytona, the goal, avoid the big wreck and win the biggest race. A look at the big one when the Bank of America Countdown to Green returns.
Bank of America Countdown to Green from Daytona is brought to you by Bank of America. Keep the change. Only from Bank of America, the easy way to help you save. By Pizza Hut, home of the new Cheesy Bites Pizza. Get around the good stuff. By ADT, America's residential and commercial security leader. And by Team Chevy. 25 of the last 34 NASCAR manufacturers championships and counting. Chevy, an American revolution.
Today, 43 cars built for speed and 43 engines struggling for power. This is a restrictor plate race. NASCAR requires teams to run a plate that blocks airflow to the motor in the driver's hands. It's a pleasure to be working alongside Benny Parsons and Wally Dallenbach again this season. Gentlemen, the big issue has been bump drafting. We didn't see much of it in Thursday's qualifying races, but Benny, with the Daytona 500 on the line, we expect to see it today.
We will see it today, Bill. These drivers have found that if you bump the car in front of you, both cars will actually run faster. And they've taken it to the degree that the teams have installed something like this behind the front bumper, a metal tube they use as a battering ram to hit the car in front of them. But Wally, not everyone knows how to do it properly.
That's right. There's a right way and a wrong way. And you got to be really careful on how you do this, because it's all about technique. This is the wrong way. You don't want to come up and just slam the car in front of you. That's going to knock him into the guy in front of him, get him sideways, get him out of shape. The right way to do it is, we'll watch here when Jimmy Johnson is behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. Tap, 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 all the way down the backstretch. He taps him past Matt Kenseth. But you got to be careful. Watch here. He'll get off the bumper going into the corner. If you start messing with these guys' bumpers in the corner, we are going to see the big crash. And BP, don't let that go far. We may use that on Weber a little bit later on.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you for the race in just a few minutes. NBC Sports presents NASCAR. Today, it's the 48th running of the Daytona 500. Hi, everybody. Bill Weber along with Wally Dallenbach and Benny Parsons. Thanks for having us in for the race. Benny, you and I have been coming here together for about 10 years now, and I love it when the media comes up to you and asks, what's it mean to win the Daytona 500? Because it's a feeling you never forget.
It really isn't a feeling you ever forget. I talked to Andy Wood this morning, one of the owners of the 21 car. His family raced on the beach, and they've been coming here ever since he was a child. His family has won this race 4 times. We were talking about this morning about this place. He said, no, it's not this place. It's the race. It's a Daytona 500. We all get chills every time we walk in this place.
But, Wally, you can't do it alone. You need something you wouldn't know anything about. Friends.
Very nice, Weber. You're right. Yeah, we talk about drafting. You're going to hear this all day long about friends. If we go to our Home Depot virtual garage, I'll try to explain to you real quick what drafting is all about. If you're out there by yourself and you're in your car and you're pushing the air, there's a lot of drag. Your car is not going to be as fast if I had a friend like you, Weber, to come up and get on my bumper. That's going to take a little bit of air off my spoiler, and then the guy behind me doesn't have to push as much air. So as many cars as you can get lined up behind you, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, you're going to be faster than a guy that's by himself or has less cars in the draft. So this is very, very important today. It's all about who your friends are.
All right. We have plenty of friends today, and they're all ready for the 4 most famous words in racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of more than 70 motion pictures and the NBC hit show Las Vegas, actor James Caan, as he gives the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
this moment since last Thursday. The fans have been waiting since last November. It is time to go trackside, and we will go racing in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series in the Daytona 500.
NBC's coverage of the 48th Daytona 500 is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, and proud sponsors of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 8 car. By Team Chevy, 25 of the last 34 NASCAR Manufacturers Championships and counting, Chevy, an American Revolution. By Napa Auto Parts, Napa, get the good stuff. And by the new Sprint, Sprint, yes you can.